Hey everyone, welcome to The Right Way. This is Algranath. And women should rejoice in New Zealand because for the first time ever, probably, New Zealand Women Basketball League wages double and are now paid more than the men. This is absolutely amazing stuff. What's going on? Are there hundreds and thousands of people just streaming into these women's basketball games and they're leaving the men's league by the droves? I wonder what's happening. So let's have a read of this article. And a huge move for women's sport. New Zealand Women's Professional Basketball League. Tuihi Basketball Aotearoa. We'll get rid of the Aotearoa. It should be called New Zealand because that's the official name of New Zealand, not Aotearoa. And why do they keep putting all these stupid Maori names in here that people just cannot pronounce? For God's sake. Just call it the Women's Basketball League in New Zealand. This will double player wages this year. Wow, amazing. Since the league started in 2022, the pay its players receive has been in line with what men earn in New Zealand's National Basketball League. Wow, so they've been having equal pay for so long compared to a lot of other sports. So good on Basketball New Zealand. But now the women will be paid more than the men. Oh my God, what's going on? The Post reported it's understood that players will now earn as much as $3,000 a week, and this is more than the men. Just remember this. Former tall fern Megan Compain, the only Kiwi player to play in the WNBA in the US. Now, just remember that the WNBA in the US has never returned a profit to the Basketball Association, right? The men's league subsidizes the women's league no end, right? The women's NBA could not run without the subsidizing from the men's league. So she joined Newsable to discuss the huge news and other big changes to this year's Basketball New Zealand competition, including expanding to welcome teams from outside of New Zealand. Um, During the interview, Compain explained how the Women's Basketball New Zealand League had been able to double the players' wage. Now, I've gone into this Newsable podcast and I've skipped ahead to the place where she talks about how they've managed to do this. So let's have a quick listen.
Money's coming from to pay for this double in salary?
Well, it's coming from a shift in the season as well to move it off some of the other leagues and international seasons that take up a lot of time and space, particularly in the winter months. And it's coming from our broadcast partner, Sky. It's the backing of other key commercial partners like GJ Gardner, like the TAB, that have believed in this league from the outset. And
So basically, it's coming from Sky TV, who have bought the rights to their games, and some um, commercial operations to provide sponsorship. So nothing too major there. Basically, they've managed to get more money through TV, through a TV deal and sponsorship. And one of the catalysts for that was to move their season away from the winter months because they're basically going toe to toe with rugby and netball, and moving to, I think they're going to move to spring and early summer, where it's pretty much just cricket is the main thing there. All right. So just remember this, right? It's TV license fees and sponsorship deals. Okay. So let's go back to in here. So yeah, all games will be live on Sky Sport. That comes through their deal. All right. Now, let's just think about some of the other sports that apparently don't have an equal pay field for men versus women in their sport. Um, and the women always complain about equality of pay, there being a pay gap, right? And what do most of us always say when we talk about why there is actually a pay gap between the men and the women? It's because generally the women don't generate the income to be able to deserve the higher levels of pay. And we adhere to that, right? We all understand this, especially males, right? Um, why is rugby in Australia so bad compared to the other sports? Not as many people watch it compared to AFL, which is the Aussie rules football, and also the NRL, which is the league, right? So if you get less viewers, you get less money, you get less TV money, the less money you can pay your players, right? But no, that doesn't count for all the other sports where women are concerned. They should be paid exactly the same as men, even though they don't generate the same amount of income. So they're happy to be able to be subsidized by the men to help get their wages up, but not actually generate more viewers and more money into the sport through their women's league. So, in this article, did we hear anything about the equality that should be for the men's players now? I mean, haven't the women been fighting for pay equality for so long in every other sport? So when it's on the other foot, why is there nothing? There's actually no mention about why the men aren't being paid as much as the women. And we all know the reason, because the women were able to go out and get a better deal through sponsorship and through live TV than the men's basketball league can do. But we don't see all the men going out and complaining because we know how it works. You generate more money, generate more income, you get paid more money. And that's how it works, and that's how it should be. So I'm not against the women being paid more because they were able to go out and generate that income. So good on them. But if any other sports, female sports leagues are complaining about being paid the same as men, then maybe the basketball men should be paid the same as the women, even though they don't generate the same amount of income. But I guess we'll have to see whether the initial investment in the women's game will actually translate to keeping that income going and being able to pay the wages of the women. And that's for the women to actually do now, right? Got their foot in the door, got a new league started up. They managed to get the income to double their wages, and they're being paid more than the men. So let's see how it goes. But isn't it so funny that we hear time and time again in the mainstream media, the biased left-wing mainstream media, that the women get a raw deal in every single sport. They're not being paid the same as the men, even though they don't generate the amount of income. But the one time when the women go out and generate more income than the men, no one's saying that the men should now be paid the same as women, are they? It's just you cannot get this hypocrisy, right? It's just so hypocritical for all these people. I'll be keeping an eagle eye to see if we get any articles from people about this. It'll be just interesting to see. Anyway, that's it from me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, you're welcome to give it a thumbs down. Please let me know what you think in the comments section, as I would love to read those comments. All right, catch you next time.